Since 2020, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been trying to establish careers away from the royal family. The couple has signed on to do various high-profile jobs, including producing content for Netflix and Spotify. However, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are reportedly running into problems after a year of very little content. A royal expert recently pointed out something telling Harry and Meghan said during their infamous interview with Oprah in 2021. In 2020, Harry and Meghan signed deals with Netflix and Spotify to produce content for the streaming giants. So far, the couple has not released anything for Netflix, but they have released information about 2 projects. Meanwhile, the Sussexes only released 1 podcast episode for Spotify in December 2020. But both Netflix and Spotify are hiring for Harry and Meghan's projects. Although the Sussexes team has not commented on these developments, many onlookers believe the streaming services are taking over the projects in order to get content out there. PR expert Mark Borkowski even speculated that Harry and Meghan might have created a PR nightmare for the streaming giants. He told, "These great golden gooses have laid nothing but more smelly old eggs." Well, they haven't even laid an egg. When Harry and Meghan first signed these deals, fans were excited to see what they would deliver. However, nowadays, some onlookers are beginning to doubt there would be much content from them at all. According to royal journalist Richard Eden, the Sussexes might have shown them signs pointing to a lack of content during the Oprah interview in March 2021. "I do wonder if they kind of underestimated how much effort goes into these programs," Eden said on Mail Plus Palace Confidential series. "Just from doing this program, we know how much effort there is from a big team to put it together." Remember in the Oprah interview, Harry sort of just said, "Oh yeah, we were short of money, so I thought we'd better do a deal with Netflix or something like that." It didn't seem to be any kind of enthusiasm or commitment. During the interview, Harry claimed that, after stepping down as a senior royal, he was cut off financially from the royal family. "I've got what my mom left me, and without that, we would not have been able to do this," he said. During COVID, the suggestion by a friend was, "What about streamers? We hadn't thought about it." So, there were all sorts of different options. And look, from my perspective, all I needed was enough money to be able to pay for security to keep my family safe. Nonetheless, Netflix and Spotify projects are not the only things Harry and Meghan are juggling. Harry is currently a chief impact officer at the mental health startup BetterUp. He also plans on releasing a memoir in late 2022. As for Meghan, this past year, she released a children's book called The Bench. In the other hand, Graham Smith, CEO of Republic, a group calling for an end to the monarchy, said that the example set by the young Cambridge prince's aunt and uncle could complicate his feelings about his future. He told Prince George we'll look at the life that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have with Lilibet and Archie with a tinge of envy. Prince George is the firstborn son of Prince William, who is second in line to the throne, and Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge. This makes him third in line in current standings. Mr. Smith said, "He has to play the role of future king for his entire life, probably until what everyone else would consider retirement age." He added, "That's not a particularly exciting prospect for a young man. I think he will be very torn about what he wants to do." He relayed that when Prince Harry and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, cut official ties with the royal family, they showed a new path that may not have previously appeared to be an option. They stepped back from senior royal duties in March 2020, and relocated to Meghan's home state in the US. They are not bound by many of the expectations and conventions applying to working royals, nor the responsibilities they hold. He continued, "This is the other problem with Harry living in California." He said that Prince Harry and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, being able to do whatever they want, and mixing with movie stars, offers a glimpse of a freedom that the royal family don't necessarily have. He added, "I think that George will certainly look at that and go, well, that looks like more fun, and maybe I'll do that instead." He added that the way the line of succession operates must loom heavy on the young prince's shoulders, knowing his time will only come after his family members pass away. Mr. Smith scorned the idea that you've been told already that you will be king, this is what you're going to be doing, and by the way, you have to wait for a great-grandmother, your grandfather, and your dad to die before you get to that job. On Prince George's future, Mr. Smith said, "I just don't know why, when George turns 18, why he would look to the future and go, being like my dad and granddad for the next 40 years sounds like a great idea, when he's got his uncle and cousins showing there's an easier way of life. It shouldn't be up to him, George, to break away from this and to wrestle control of his life back from the state." He should be told right now that you don't need to be king, don't worry about it. Just grow up, decide what you're going to do later.